Hey guys, what's up? This is your boy Mike, aka the Human Teddy Bear, coming to you live from my apartment. It's actually New Year's Day, and I'm home, which to me is the norm. A lot of people would, assume that I'm the party type person and I just go out all the time. When it's actually not even that. I'm actually a very homebody person. I do not like clubs at all. In fact, the only time that I would actually go out is if it's for a birthday or a special occasion. If then, because it's still a strong possibility that I may not go out. But anywho, so I'm coming to you guys live today. Just talk about a couple of things. I know one of my previous videos, I promised you guys that I would go over my dealings in association with dealing with depression, anxiety, and all of those good things. So today, I'm going to talk about just that. So, fast forward today, I'm 26 years old, and yeah, I'm a growing boy. I'm a big boy. But anywho, so yeah, as mentioned previously, growing up, I did deal with a lot of depression and anxiety. So today we're going to talk about why. Why was I so low so young? Okay, so I haven't written anything down. This is not scripted, so I'm just going off of just telling it raw. So growing up, I lived in a Christian-based home. Like, my family was very religious. So I felt sheltered in a sense. And this is not to take away from my mom's parenting or anything like that, because she's an awesome mom. But I think at that time I was a little too young to quite understand certain things and certain, actions by my parents. So I just had to say that because my parents are very good parents. So I don't want to discount, their parenting skills or anything. So yeah, I was very young and I just felt sheltered. And when you feel sheltered, it's not a good feeling at all. It's just like, fuck, you can't do this, you can't do that. Damn if you do, damn if you don't, kind of thing. So I felt very sheltered and I felt boxed in. It's like I couldn't break out. So oftentimes I would just go in my room, cut on some dark music, and just sit there in the dark and just be like, fuck. I think my family would love me more if I were gone, if I was just dead, just not even here. So I contemplated suicide several times. And this is a side of me that not even my family knows. So I'm going public with it right now. And I think it's going to be news to them when they see this as well. So yeah, I just felt like I was worthless, man. I just felt like I didn't have no fucking purpose. Like, what the fuck was Michael here for? What was I here for? So you add that with the fact that, and again, a lot of this family don't know. So this is going to be news to some of my family members. So, and this is another part of that. So growing up, I had all the girls, I had girlfriends, and, I lived a typical high school life, middle school to high school. Well, 7th, 8th grade going into 9th grade. So I lived that, I guess you could say, popular guy lifestyle. Played football, had beautiful girlfriends, and so you would think I was okay. And I think that's the sad reality of it. Like, I think a lot of times people assume that people are okay, and that's not the case. But anywho, going back. So that was also a time where I was just now starting to question and figure out my sexuality, if you will. Again, I'm young at this time, so I'm like, I started developing a liking for guys. So I'm like, fuck, how do you tell your parents that you like men? How do you come out and you tell them that I'm a guy and I also like guys? I couldn't figure it out. I could not figure it out then, and I mean that's to be understandable. I was so young, but I just couldn't figure it out. So because I could not figure it out, I had to bottle that in as well. And because I had to bottle that in, I was at times, well, a lot of times I was frustrated because I'm having to live a double life. I'm having to present myself this way to my family when in all actuality I'm another way, you know? And it became a bit much. So fast forwarding to that, I started liking this guy by the name of Alex. We went to school together. So I started liking him, and he actually became my very first boyfriend. And he would come to the house because, again, my mom didn't suspect it, or if she did, she didn't let me know. But at this time, I was not openly out. I wasn't out, so no one expected anything. And because he was a praise dancer, he worked hand in hand with my mom. So it was easier for me to finesse the system, basically. So he would come to the house, chill. And of course, we did things that we weren't supposed to do. And something crazy happened. So he was out. Well, no, he was not out. Let me not lie. A lot of gay people knew about him, but he kept it very secretive with his family. So he wasn't out. So fast forward, he was my first boyfriend, first love, first heartbreak. He fucked over me with my very own sister. How the fuck do that happen? Well, I'm gonna tell y'all. So we kind of stopped talking, and we stopped talking, and I would just get so low because, again, this was my very first boyfriend, first love, everything. So I was so low, like I just kept beating myself up, like, fuck, like, nigga, what the fuck am I gonna do? This is all I've ever known, at such a young age. I mean, I was just so fucking just down about a lot of shit. So I was down about being sheltered in at home with my mom. I was down about being who I really was, but I couldn't, what can I say? I couldn't let everyone know who the real Michael was. So I had to shelter that in. So then this guy comes along, first love, first boyfriend, first everything, fucks over me with my own sister. So let me tell y'all how that story came. Let me just keep going. So of course she didn't know about him, but he knew she was my sister. So it kind of fucked me up. I'm like, fuck, you can't trust no fucking body. Like, what the fuck? So I remember it like it was yesterday. Like I had found out that they were talking, and the way that my sister found out was so crazy, y'all. Like before, no, this all happened on the same day. So we had stopped talking, but he had conversated with me at school that same day. And, he was just telling me, I still love you, da-da-da-da-da. And for some reason, I had his ID around my neck and he had mine. And I totally forgot that. So I went home and I walk in the door and my sister sees this ID badge, guys. And she's like, why do you have Alex's name badge around your neck? And I look, I'm like, oh, fuck. I must have picked, I had to come up with a quick lie. So it's like, I must have picked his up on accident when I was leaving. And she kind of like gave me a look, and then she said, okay. This was also prom night for her. I did not know. Nobody told me this. My mama knew, my sister knew, he knew. Nobody told me that he was going to be her prom date. So to come out of my room after I was so depressed already and walk out, because I hear his voice and I'm like, the fuck this nigga doing here? And I see them going to prom together and I'm like, You a worthless piece of shit. I'm now experiencing heartbreak for the very first time, but it was so deep. Cause you fucking with my sister. Anyway, I'm getting all out of character, guys. I apologize. But all of those moments, and I would say the biggest out of all of that, even the dude part, the biggest thing that kept me so low, depressed, and just all of the bad shit was the fact that I was a bisexual guy at this, and I could not be truthful to anyone because I was afraid of how people would perceive me. You know, I mean, I'm not any different. I still act the same way, but I didn't think that they would look at it that way. So I kind of felt sheltered in yet again, and it was just like I would never be able to be myself. I would never be able to come to my mom and say, "Mom, I want you to meet who I'm with." Because at that time, I was gravitating towards men more than women. So it was just hard for me, and I beat myself up plenty of times, and I used to even cut myself on the wrist when I was young because it was just like, fuck, I cannot be myself. Like, I cannot be me. And I don't know how to let the world in without feeling like a fucking hindrance, you know? So I dealt with it. I dealt with it the best way that I knew how. And I was young, but I knew where all the liquor was in the house, and I would just drink when my mom would go to sleep. Cut my slow music on, my dark music, listen to music in the dark, drink, cut myself, and sometimes contemplating on killing myself. But the one thing that kept me from doing that was I would think of my grandmother, and I would be like, shit. If she were here, I would not feel like this. I would not be in a rut. And I know even then, she wouldn't want me to scoop so low to the point to where I was gonna take my life. I knew she wouldn't want that, and that was the only thing that kept me from doing it. And I praise God, and I'm so thankful that I did it, because now I'm here to tell this story and basically tell anybody that's going through this, it's gonna be all right. It's okay not to be okay, because in the end, you are going to win. You're gonna prosper. You're gonna be bigger, and you're gonna be better. So regardless of what circumstances you face now, later will be better. I promise you. I am a living example of that. I promise you it will get better, and it's just gonna get better. It may be bad before it gets good, but always remember, it will get better. And that concludes this video. I hope that I didn't go off topic too much, but I'm doing everything off of the head and just raw emotion. So I can talk about it now because I know that I am above all of that. I am more. I'm worth more than I'm worth more than that. I value my life more. So I came in the fire, came out. And I acknowledge the fact that it's okay not to be okay. Because at the end of the day, you will be okay. So I hope you guys like this video. Please comment below, subscribe, share. Again, I'm not doing this for the glitz and the glam, the fame, and all of that shit. No, I don't do this for that. My thing is the message. The message behind this is it's okay not to be okay. Because at the end of the day, you will be okay, and you will win. You will overcome, and you will be all that you want to be. So I'll leave you guys here. Thank you for tuning in. Please share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Again, it's okay not to be okay. Love you guys. Bye.